Two U.S. officials now confirmed to ABC News that an American being held in North Korea is a junior enlisted Army soldier. The officials say the American crossed the border into North Korea willingly and without authorization. The person is reported to have been on an orientation tour of South Korea at the time. Let's bring in senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez, along with ABC News contributor and former senior CIA operative Daryl Blocker for more. Louis, what's the latest on this case? This seems so strange.
It's a very strange case, Diane, and we've had to cobble together a lot of information from different sources, most of which you just provided, which is that this is a junior enlisted soldier in the U.S. Army serving in South Korea who was on a civilian tour of what you just saw on your screens, those blue buildings, what is known as the Peace Village in Panmunjom. Apparently, we now understand from officials that this soldier willingly crossed into North Korea, right across into that little dividing line that you see in those buildings. It is typical, it is not unheard of for U.S. service members who are serving in South Korea to join these civilian tours to go look at what is Panmunjom. It is a historic site. It is where the armistice was signed in 1953 between North Korea and the United States. And of course, that's the location where President Trump met with Kim Jong-un a few years ago. But that is what we're tracking right now, that this soldier willingly moved. And what we do understand, it is believed by the U.S. that he is being held in custody by North Korea.
Daryl, how does this type of incident affect relations not just between both Koreas, but also between the U.S. and North Korea?
The relationships between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or North Korea, and the United States has never been good, not in the 70 years since the armistice was signed, and this certainly will not improve it. But this young person, whatever reasoning they made, hopefully the North Koreans will just use whatever political, gains they can get out of this and send the kid back.
Louis, what kind of consequences could this U.S. service member face for crossing the demarcation line?
Well, it's very unclear, Diane. One of the things that they're going to have to look at is what was the intent? What was the intent of this individual crossing the border into North Korea? Was the intent to serve potentially for espionage purposes for North Korea? Was the intent to escape from some kind of legal action that potentially this person was suffering? Was the intent that they just were deserting? If it was the case that they were deserting, then yes, you're going to face prosecution under military law. If there was something else, maybe I know that officials are saying this was willing, that this individual crossed, so they're going to have to try to figure out what the motivation was, and then potentially that could lead, if not to some form of prosecution, potentially it could lead to some kind of, at least, of administrative punishments. We must remember, U.S. citizens are essentially banned from going into North Korea. The huge risks that are posed if an American citizen travels there, and we saw that happen with Otto Warmbier, who was traveling inside North Korea on his own about 7 years ago, and then was taken by North Korea. So it is not a welcome environment for U.S. citizens, and more remains to be seen exactly of what happened here, what motivated this American soldier to cross into North Korea.
Daryl, could this lead to a more heavily fortified border between the two countries?
Honestly, I doubt that, Diane. The DMZ is a misnomer. It's not demilitarized. It might be pound for pound the most militarized and heavily guarded and manned strip of land on the planet.
All right, Louis Martinez, Daryl Blocker, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.